Hello everyone, Meteorologist Grant Smith with the National Weather Service here in Juneau, Alaska. We've got another round of wintry weather on the way, and so we're going to be discussing what you can expect out of this next round of wintry weather. So for this weather briefing, we're recording this in the early afternoon, Monday afternoon, and so we're going to talk about the winter watch that's been issued. We're going to talk about the forecast discussion, some of the details in the works, and then the possible impacts, no matter which way you slice it, what we can expect out of this next potential storm. So just to get right out there, winter storm watch has been issued for all but Prince of Wales Island for heavy snow accumulations for the Yakutat area, averaging about 12 to 16 inches of snow total, and elsewhere around the panhandle 6 to 13 inches. And this is in effect late Tuesday night through Wednesday evening, and we're thinking this will be a heavier snow, which will cause some slipperier conditions and also some wind gusts upwards of 30 to 40 miles per hour. So going ahead and looking at this forecast, kind of what we can expect, went ahead and brought in Spencer. He's been the one who's been working on this forecast for the past couple of days. And so what are you seeing out of this next round of wintry weather?
All right, so we've got this low moving into the Gulf and strengthening, and as it's strengthening, it's going to be bringing up a bunch of moisture into the area, and it's going to be bringing up the winds as well. And with this system, what we're concerned about is the fact that it's going to be bringing heavy snow to the Yakutat and the rest of the Panhandle throughout the day, Wednesday, starting Tuesday night, and carrying on until early Thursday morning. And then the question we have, though, is when do we switch to rain, if we switch to rain, and if so, where does it happen and when?
Yeah, so that's kind of some of the details that are still in the works. So you said it was a very wet system, bringing in a lot of moisture. So, how much moisture are you thinking? Kind of what have you been seeing the past few days?
All right, so for moisture, we've been seeing about ½ inch to an inch, but that could be more than that with how some of the moisture could be a little more intense for areas, say, such as that Yakutat or even the Baranof Island. They could get into a lot of moisture for that area, and with that could also translate to a lot of snow or some really wet, heavy snow for the area.
Yeah, so about ½ inch to an inch of moisture is kind of the broad brush idea, and then there are going to be some isolated higher areas. And so the default is 10 to 1, so 10 inches of snow for 1 inch of moisture. So you're thinking kind of comfortable with at least 5 to 10 inches of snow. And then from there, you went through and kind of found those details of where it can get a little bit more snow because of the snow ratios being a little bit higher and things like that. Another thing we deal with here in Southeast is, the rain-snow line, which is always notoriously right over Juneau, which is super fun because you're in downtown, so you'll be seeing rain, and then you arrive here in the valley, and it's like, oh, look, there's 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Exactly.
What are you seeing this time around? Last time, the rain-snow line was like south of Prince of Wales Island, so it was almost a slam dunk of snow. Is that the same this time?
It's not. This time what we're thinking is that the rain-snow line is going to be somewhere kind of around the central panhandle, kind of as you go, kind of like I said, central panhandle, south Icy Strait, although it could come farther north, it could come up to the Juneau area, but current thinking is definitely more Prince of Wales, Ketchikan area, anywhere in that region will likely see a switch to rain. Farther north, a little more questionable, and that could be a factor with snow amounts.
Okay, so the timing of when that rain-snow mix could happen would probably be Wednesday, when the front first comes through, and then the warm air starts to kind of creep up. So they can Wednesday?
Yep, Wednesday during the day would be the most likely time for anything to switch to rain, but then come Wednesday night into Thursday, it's going to turn back to snow. It's going to get cold.
Back to snow. So no matter how we slice it, this is going to be an impactful event. Just as normal winter events go here in Southeast. So what are the hands down, kind of what are we thinking for impacts? You've been kind of focusing on the winds as a major factor in this next round.
Mm-hmm. Yes. With this storm, it looks like it's going to be a significantly windy storm, and models have been continuously showing that really since the start of the weekend. They've been taking on that idea of it's going to be a windy storm, and with all that precipitation, it's going to create a windy scenario with blowing snow. So it could move some snow around, it could create some reduced visibilities. With the winds, though, it's definitely going to play a factor for those who go out into the water. it's going to create very unfavorable conditions, especially for the inside channel, inside waters, and going out to the Gulf of Alaska.
All right, and then last time there was also the snow was kind of a light, fluffy snow. You could shovel your driveway with a leaf blower, but you were saying earlier it's probably not going to be that way. So it's a very wet system, so wet, heavy snow.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Didn't want to hear that.
That Intermountain West snowpack that we got for the few days, it was a very nice treat that like I'm used to from back home. Yeah, that's gonna probably not happen for most places. It's probably gonna be the classic Southeast Alaska snow that's wet and heavy at the end. Starts out dry, it gets wet, and it becomes a pain to shovel.
All right, so the 5-day outlook, just kind of a broad brush idea. Biggest impacts will be near the beginning of the 5-day, kind of that Wednesday into Thursday morning time frame. And then the second half of the 5-day going into Friday, Saturday. You are also putting that forecast together, Spencer. You're seeing clearing skies?
Yep.
Cooling temperatures?
Going back to another outflow regime and cool, windy in the waters, but nice clear skies, maybe a good aurora seeing.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye on that going forward. So thanks for watching. Stay plugged into the forecast on weather.gov/Juno. That's where we update a lot of our latest forecast there. And stay plugged in as we'll be looking at this over the next 24 hours. And Spencer will be here. We'll all be here. And if we need to issue advisories or warnings, we will certainly do that. But for now, we just have this watch out. So stay plugged in. And thanks for watching.